faded jean, farmer tan, work boots, callous tan, redneck, blue collar, hard working gentleman. I guess it messed me up. Well, long story short, of course, I had to ask her out. Show her what my old-fashioned ways are all about. Well, I still hear her laugh at me when I got down there on one knee. It's funny cause the thing she loves most about me now is being a gentleman. Might be out of style these days, might not be cool when being a fool is all the rage. But it's in my blood, it's what I know, how I was raised. Man, this is who I am. A faded jean, farmer tan, work boots, callous tan, redneck, blue collar, hard working gentleman. So I guess that's why I'm here, telling you this, son. The time is gonna come when you meet someone, and being a gentleman might be out of style these days, might not be cool when being a fool is still all the rage. But it's in your blood, it's what you know, how you were raised. So son, if you can, be a gentleman. A gentleman. Thank you, Russ. Hi.
Hi.
No.
You've never had your own stool, and you've never had your own microphone. You've come up and talked and sat on my lap, but this is the first time you came up and had your own stool and microphone. How does it feel?
Feels better.
Feels good. Okay. Well, Russ, this is hers from now on. If you'll mark that one. How have you been today?
Good.
Good. Have you been having fun with your friend Olivia?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you been doing?
Playing.
What you been playing with?
Dogs.
Dogs. You want to tell everybody what you want for Christmas? No, she tells you I don't want to get 16,000 of these. Remember the other day you told Santa, remember you wrote Santa a letter?
Yeah.
And we mailed it the other day? Papa was going to show everybody a picture, but I don't have any way to show them now. So we just tell them about it. What did you tell Santa you want for Christmas?
Toy Story.
Toy Story. She wants, she wants the figurines, the little dolls from Toy Story. Which ones do you want?
Bo.
Bo Peep? Who else?
No.
Woody.
Woody? Who else?
And the dog.
The dog. And you want Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Papa's excited about that because she wants Papa to play with her a lot. And she has like 25 Barbie dolls. And Papa wants to play Toy Story really bad. Papa wants to be really good. So, are we going to sing a song together?
Yeah.
We've never sang a song together like this, have we?
Yeah.
Are you excited? You look very pretty tonight.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to do our best. This is our first time. And so we're really excited about it. Are you ready? You think you remember the words?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to just play it for you tonight. We're going to practice it this way, okay? You ready? You start and I'll go after you. Ready? All right, sing right into the microphone.
Papa, what if the sun stopped shining? What would happen then?
If the sun stopped shining, you'd be so surprised. You'd stare up at the heavens with wide open eyes. The wind would carry your light to the skies, and the sun would start shining again.
Papa, what if the wind stopped blowing? What would happen then?
Well, if the wind stopped blowing, the land would be dry, and your boat couldn't sail and your kite couldn't fly. The grass would see your troubles, she'd tell the wind, and the wind would start blowing again.
Papa, what if the grass stopped growing? What would happen then?
Well, if the grass stopped growing, you'd probably cry, and the ground would be watered from the tears in your eyes. And like your love for me, that grass would grow so high. Yeah, the grass would start growing again.
Papa, what if I stopped loving you? What would happen then?
Well, if you stopped loving me, the grass would stop growing. The sun would stop shining, and the wind would stop blowing. So you see, if you want to keep this old world going, you better start loving me again. You better start loving me again. You love me? You better start loving me again. You better start loving me again. Weekend, watching football and hanging out. Then he got a girlfriend, now he's always at her house. I saw him the other night, man, I had to bite my tongue. He had that glazed look in his eyes, and he said, boys, I think she's the one. And you know what that means? You know what that means? He'll be taking 2 jobs, working like a dog to pay for a diamond ring. She'll be making him turn the pages of those bridal magazines. She stole his heart, and you know what that means. Time flies by so darn fast, seems like the other day. I was holding up my champagne glass as I watched him drive away. I ran into them a few months later, and I stopped to say hello. They looked so happy together, and she was already starting the show. And you know what that means? You know what that means? They'll be making plans for a minivan, trading in that hot rod machine. There'll be bibs and cribs and diapers, mashed carrots and green beans. They're thinking about names, and you know what that means. The day that baby came into this world, I can't explain the way I felt. The first time I got to hold her, my ice cold heart began to melt. And you know what that means? You know what that means? I've been keeping 2 jobs, working like a dog to pay for a diamond ring. And I finally learned what life's about. Boys, as crazy as it seems, someday you'll know what that means. When you're in love, you know what that means. Sitting at a red light, down around sunset, a girl pulled up beside me in a candy apple red Corvette. She pulled down her shades and gave me a wink, gave her a little smile back. Then she laughed as she hit the gas, and I remember where I was at. It's hard to be cool when you're behind the wheel of a 8-passenger automobile in a big bubble cruising down the street with Barney blaring in a baby seat. It can be done, but I'm telling you, man, it's hard to be cool in a minivan. I used to have a hot rod, man, I spared no cost. 283 and 4 on the floor, headers and dual exhaust. About the time the family came, well, that's the first thing that went. And the preacher said, for better or worse, now I know what he meant. 'Cause it's hard to be cool when you're behind the wheel of a 8-passenger automobile in a big bubble cruising down the street with Barney blaring in a baby seat. Hey, it can be done, but I'm telling you, man, it's hard to be cool in a minivan. I wouldn't change my life a bit. I'm a lucky man, I know. Just wish my wife and kids could fit in a 67 GTO. It's hard to be cool when you're behind the wheel of a 8-passenger automobile in a big bubble cruising down the street with Barney blaring in a baby seat. It can be done, but I'm telling you, man, it's hard to be cool in a minivan. Come on, boys, can I hear an amen? It's hard to be cool in a minivan. Name's Rory. I greet him at the door when I ain't washing dishes or sweeping the floor. I'm a real hard worker. I'm hardly ever late, and in the last 3 weeks I've only broke 1 plate. Y'all come on in, sit wherever you want. Welcome to Marcy Joe's Mealhouse Restaurant. Well, now that's my daughter Heidi standing over there, pouring hot coffee and twirling her hair. She just working through the summer. She's getting out of here, at least that's what she's been saying for the last 3 years. That's Uncle Donnie in the kitchen, Lord. Ain't he a sight, that yellow t-shirt? Used to be white. He learned to cook from his uncle on his mama's side, and he's a fine connoisseur of all things fried. Y'all come on in, sing with me. Sit wherever you want. Welcome to Marcy Joe's. Welcome to Marcy Joe's Mealhouse Restaurant. Well, now that's my brother Dale in the NASCAR cap, sitting by the girl with the baby on her lap. They got 3 kids together, another on the way, and they're talking about getting married someday. That's a true story. The names were changed to protect my sister Marcy. Her and Donnie had 2 kids together and had been together about 10 years. When the 3rd one popped out, they said, "What the hell, let's just get married." Well, you can pay mama at the counter. Her name's Louise. She's still trying to memorize the new register keys. We'd sure like to thank y'all for stopping in. If you're ever this away, come and see us again. Let's all sing. Y'all come on in. Sit wherever you want. Welcome to Marcy Joe's. Welcome to Marcy Joe's Wheelhouse Restaurant. If we got my sister Marcy to sing, Marcy does a really, I shouldn't say great rendition, but she does a really fun rendition of Delta Dawn.
That's what I hear, but I never remember.
No, she's actually never been there when she sang it.
But I hear it pretty good.
Hey, Marcy, so the other day when we came over to dinner, you made fried chicken. I don't know if Donnie told you this, but Marcy Indiana calls Uncle Donnie, she calls him Uncle Donkey. So when we left the other day, we were walking out to get the gator and come home. Marcy lives just on the other side of us here on the farm, and we were walking outside, and Donnie's walking in. And I said, "Hi, Donnie," and he said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he said, "Hi, Indy," and Indy just walks by and goes, "Hi, Donk."
I can hear that. That's sweet. I love that. That was beautiful with Indy. It tore me up. Because I remember when Heidi and Rory used to play together, and I was just like, oh, I can't believe it. It's so beautiful. Well, I hope you guys, well, most of you, I feel like I waited on you. My feet say yes, I did. But I hope you guys enjoyed Marcy Joe's. I love it that you guys come to see us. I hope you get to see the one in Columbia, and we got the bakery out on 99.
Marcy and Joey started this first one, the Meal House, in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
So this January, you're going to have a 15-year anniversary, right?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
A big party. It's going to be so big that gets room for 40 people.
47 tonight.
47.
Make room for 47 tonight.
That's going to be really fun. But Marcy's always had this dream of franchising Marcy Joe's, and so one of the goals was maybe someday she'd put one down on the beach somewhere, down in Destin, or maybe down in Gatlinburg, somewhere like that. But instead, she opened up a bakery 3 miles away from the original one, and then we opened another one about 10 miles this direction. So we're friends with the whole county.
We're covered. We're good. But no, and I just want to thank you guys for coming out in this great special. I mean, super special. And we're open. The bakery's not open tomorrow, but the Meal House and the Meal Town are both open at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marcy. Thank you, Delta Dawn. You ready? She said, "Oh, hell no." I'll do another restaurant song. Are y'all having a good time this year? This one is another song off of my record, my new album that we made this year, this past June it came out. I love this song. It's a friend of mine, Win Barble, wrote this a long time ago, and I just never forgot about it. And it's just a song that, another thing that I did a couple of years ago is I got rid of my iPhone and I just used a flip phone. When I went to the Verizon store and I gave them my iPhone and I asked for a flip phone, they said, "No, you're available, you're eligible for an upgrade." I said, "This is an upgrade." And that's kind of how I see it, is I feel like life's a little bit better because I'm more present with Indiana and with the people I'm around. And but I don't really have any social media or any of those kind of things. I can't do anything like that on it. And so our social media is go down to the restaurant and people will tell you what's been happening. There's a paper in the box outside. The headline reads Nixon dies. Don't nobody pay no mind, they just go on about their ways. Hubert Turner's barn burned down. Says he lost 3 good cows, and that's big news at the Small Talk Cafe. It's a meeting break of day for the people in this town. Things that happen round these parts are all they care about. Widow Cooper had a man come calling yesterday, and that's big news at the Small Talk Cafe. The shuttle makes another trip, the market takes a record dip. Folks don't think too much of it, and then walks Luther James. He says there was a wreck last night, truck took out the co-op sign, and that's big news at the Small Talk Cafe. It's a meeting place at the break of day for the people in this town. Things that happen round these parts are all they care about. They say it's been so dry this year there won't be any hay, and that's big news at the Small Talk Cafe. I can see them all in there, every face and every chair. I bet they're all wondering where I've been the past few days. When they hear that you left me, don't you know that's gonna be big news at the Small Talk Cafe. Hey, it's a meeting place at the break of day for the people in this town. Things that happen round these parts are all they care about. They say they've never seen a man fall apart this way, and that's big news at the Small Talk Cafe. Yeah, that's big news at the Small Talk Cafe. I tell you that because this is a new old song, something that I wrote probably I wrote it with a friend maybe 20 years ago. But we dug it out the other day because well, looks like for next year we're going to make a new Christmas album. So we'll try this and see how it goes. Back when I was 6 years old, it was a story my grandpa told. One night as we sit down to pray, it's about two people so in love. Times were hard and things were tough, and it was almost Christmas Day. He said, now Catherine, she had long brown hair, was the envy of girls everywhere, and she loved to wear it down. And Roger wanted to buy that fancy comb that caught her eye in the little shop downtown. When you have no money you can pay, I can still hear my grandpa say that love will find a way. Now Catherine knew that Roger had a pocket watch he got from his dad, that he loved with all his heart. At a store on 3rd and Main, she seen the perfect gold watch chain, and it was tearing her apart. When you have no money you can can still hear my grandpa say that love will find a way. Love will find a way. On Christmas Eve they came home to see two presents underneath the tree. That's when they both realized that she had cut and sold her hair. Roger's watch was no longer there. Oh, the teardrops filled their eyes. 'Cause when you have no money you can pay, I can still hear my grandpa say that love will find a way. I'm going to do one more song and then we're going to take a short intermission. I'm going to go check on Indiana. I'm going to go see if she's ready for bed. I already know the answer to that. I'm going to see if I can help make her ready for bed. And we're going to take a short break. And I know Marcy Joe's has desserts out there. There's popcorn. There's all kinds of things. There's even some of my stuff out there. But I'm a terrible salesperson. If you follow me on social media and things like that, you'll see I suck at selling. I just don't like it. I prefer to just concentrate on singing and sharing and let God sort the rest out. Well, I could leave you with a sweet song about how we love each other so. Or I could do you one that's rocking about some no good white trash hoe. And I could play a sad old ballad, leave you wiping tears away. Or you know I could just be honest and say what I really want to say. Buy my CDs, buy my CDs. When this song is through, y'all head out to the lobby where they'll be. Well, they make great Christmas presents or coasters for your iced tea. Friends, don't delay, go on out today. Buy my CD. I'll be right back, y'all. It's normal around the house, you know. Tell Grandpa kicked the bucket about a year ago. At first she moped around all dressed in black, till she finally realized he wasn't coming back. Now she's headed out to bingo, and Lord, it's just wrong, 'cause Granny's got her Daisy Dukes on. Well, she called her wedding band the very first thing. She got a spray-on tan and a belly button ring. Got her bikini line waxed and her gray hair dyed, and a tattoo on her back that said "Born to Ride." The old farts are lining up down at the nursing home. Granny's got her Daisy Dukes on. The way she shakes that thing, Lord, it just ain't right. Go Granny, go Granny. Look at those varicose veins running through that city line. Well, she traded in her granny panties for her leopard skin thong. Sorry about that. Granny's got her Daisy Dukes on. Y'all want to hear more about Granny? Well, she was married to the same man 47 years. She never smoked a cigarette or took a taste of beer. She raised the kids and she cooked and she swept the floor. Man, nobody ever thought she wanted anything more. her bra, those days are gone. Granny's got her Daisy Dukes on. The way she shakes those things, Lord, it just ain't right. Oh, Granny, look at those varicose veins running through that sail line. Well, she traded in her granny panties for a liver tampon. God, that's wrong. Granny's got her Daisy Dukes on. I can see her now in Panama City on spring break. On the TV on Granny's Gone Wild. And because it was a big hit on the radio, my wife let me spend some of the money that came in and make this barn. The song was called Some Beach, and the barn is called Some Barn. And at the time, what was special about it was I was just, we just had, all we had was really our farmhouse here. None of the rest of this was here. We needed a place to park a lawnmower and a tractor and put all our tools and all that stuff. And so I couldn't have imagined it being any better. It was just this room here, this 40 by 70 room with a couple of car bay doors that you pull open and shut. And I couldn't have imagined life getting any better, but over time this barn would become many, many things. And here it is all these years later, and you're all sitting in it. But it's all because of this song. Driving down the interstate, running 30 minutes late, seeing Margaritaville, minding my own. Some foreign car driving dude with a road rage attitude pulled up beside me, talking on his cell phone. He started yelling at me like I did something wrong. He flipped me the bird, and then he was gone. Some beach, somewhere. There's a big umbrella casting shade over an empty chair. There's palm trees growing and warm breezes blowing. I can picture myself right there on some beach somewhere. Well, I circled the parking lot trying to find a spot big enough I could park my old truck. Some man with a big cigar was getting into his car. I stopped and I waited for him to back up. From out of nowhere, a Mercedes-Benz came cruising up and whipped right in. Some beach somewhere. There's nowhere to go and we got all day to get there. There's music and dancing and lovers romancing in the salty evening air on some beach somewhere. Well, I sat in that waiting room, it seemed like all afternoon, till the nurse finally said, "Doc's ready for you. You're not gonna feel a thing. You're not gonna feel a thing. We'll smear you some Vaseline. You're gonna be fine in a minute or two." Then he started putting on that rubber glove. He touched my backside like we were in love. Some beach somewhere. There's a beautiful sunset burning up the atmosphere. There's music and dancing and lovers romancing in the salty evening air on some beach somewhere. Yeah, on some beach somewhere. We've never had a stand-up comic here. We've never done a comedy show. And Indy and I came over and watched a bunch of it. His name was Henry Cho, and he was so funny. We laughed so hard. But he was talking about one of the parts he was talking about was spankings, and he was a big believer in spankings. And I liked that how he did it because he was talking. He was so funny. But at one point he said, "How many people in the audience got spankings?" It was pretty much everybody. And he goes, "Y'all doing all right?" Seemed like it didn't hurt you too much. Anyway, that's kind of what this song's about. They were both made of leather, both black and frayed and worn. And I was brought up to respect them since the day I was born. One came here from England, it's been handed down for years. The other one was ordered from a catalog at Sears. Well, one my mama read to me till I was well into my teens, and I thought all the other one was for was to hold up daddy's jeans. Till I told a lie and learned it had another purpose too. Right behind the shed, my daddy said, "This hurt me more than you." 'Cause one had my daddy's name on it, the other said King James. With a love that taught us lessons, but we feared them both the same. One led us to heaven, and the other left a well. But those were the days when kids were raised with a Bible and a bell. I remember when I was 12, I stole a dime store comic book, and how Mama read where the scripture said to take back what I took. When I refused, my daddy grabbed my arm and said, "Come on." I needed more, he knew, than just Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Well, sometimes they made me cry, sometimes they made me fighting mad. I'd wish I'd been raised without them, like some other children had. But now I'm grown with kids of my own, and I know just how they feel. You know, it seems to me what the world still needs is a Bible and a bell. 'Cause one had my daddy's name on it, the other said King James. With a love that taught us lessons, but we feared them both the same. One led us to heaven, and the other hurt like hell. But those were the days when kids were raised with a Bible and a bell. A Bible and a bell. Christmas without you, I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on the green Christmas tree won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. When those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue heartaches start calling. with your Christmas of white, but I'll have a blue Christmas. He was driving home one evening in his beat-up Pontiac when an old lady flagged him, down. Her Mercedes had a flat. He could see that she was frightened, standing out there in the snow, until he said, "I'm here to help you, ma'am. By the way, my name's Joe." Well, she said, "I'm from St. Louis, and I'm only passing through. I must have seen 100 cars go by. This is awful nice of you." When he changed the tire and closed the trunk and was about to drive away, she said, "How much do I owe you?" And here's what he had to say: "You don't owe me a thing. I've been there too. Someone once held me out just the way I'm helping you. If you really want to pay me back, here's what you do. Don't let the chain of love end with you." Well, a few miles down the road, the lady saw a small cafe, and she went in to grab a bite to eat and then be on her way. But she couldn't help but notice how the waitress smiled so sweet, and how she must have been 8 months along and dead on her feet. And though she didn't know her story, and she probably never will, when the waitress went to get her change from $100 bill, the lady slipped right out the door, and on the napkin left a note. And there were tears in the waitress' eyes when she read what she wrote. "You don't owe me a thing. I've been there too. Someone once held me out just the way I'm helping you. If you really want to pay me back, here's what you do. Don't let the chain of love end with you." Well, that night when she got home from work, the waitress climbed into bed, and she was thinking about the money and what the lady's note had said. And as her husband lay there sleeping, she whispered soft and low, "Everything's gonna be all right. I love you, Joe." He circled and stared, nervous and scared. He knew both the thrill and the cost, but he didn't think twice. This amazing device was his last chance to see what he lost. If time is real, be a river, then upstream's where he needed to be. He set his sights on the past, He finished his glass and he went back in his story. To the casual eye, it's a bar stool, but it's really much more than it seems. A few drinks and then she'll be with him again as he sits on the time machine. Like all pioneers, he swallowed his fears and he watched the whole room fade to black. He's dying to go, but he's no fool. He knows how hard it will be to come back. But tonight he's tired of the lonely, and tomorrow will not be the cure. So he'll just slip away, find yesterday, and spend one more night with her. Now as far as these customers can tell, he's just one more fool who talks to himself that every man in this place would line up if they knew what that seat really was. To the casual eye, this is a bar stool, but it's really much more than it seems. A few songs and then I'm with her again as I sit on the time machine. Just a few songs and then I'm with her again as I sit on the time machine. Thank you.